old brain! You better give Amy to me or I'll squash ya! Hey, what's happening here? Shoot! I've lost her again!
Welcome to part 4. As we have just seen, Amy is now in the clutches of Eggman, and now Sonic has to go rescue her. Although, if you really want to be a douche about it, Eggman did Sonic a favor. You see, by capturing Amy, she can no longer stalk Sonic, but we're not douches, we're heroes, and we have to go save Amy from the clutches of Eggman. I mean, if we really were douches, we would have let Metal Sonic get away with Amy back in Sonic CD. Yeah. Anyway, a new upgrade right here.
This is the ancient light. Try the light speed dash toward the enemy. With this, you can now do the light speed attack.
To tell you the truth, with the exception of this one case right here, I never really used the light speed attack on enemies. I find it kind of a waste of time, and it can really screw up your momentum. The homing attack works just fine. Yeah. And if you've noticed that one explorer on Angel Island saying how that airship looks cool, how the egg carrier looks cool, and he wants to chase it, good luck, buddy, because it's getting away fast. And the only one who stands a chance of catching up is Sonic right here. So that's what we're doing right now. This is our 7th level, Red Mountain. Aptly named, because it's reddish. You know, some people might think this could actually be the outer area of Lava Reef Zone. The reason is, well, before we enter this location, the Master Emerald is right just across the bridge on this nice little smaller island. So, yeah. And why haven't we heard of this place before? Well, to tell you the truth, Angel Island is a big place. I mean, an island. I mean, islands can be big, but seriously, there are different areas. I mean, it could essentially be Angel Continent for all I care. I mean, there's a nice tropical zone. There's a Hydro City. There's Ice Cap and Sandopolis, Lava Reef. You name it, it's like, whoa. I mean, seriously. Now, this place, Red Mountain, it can be okay, really. Certain points throughout the level, you can ride rockets, and if you time your descent just right, you can actually fall down to upper areas of the level and skip harder sections entirely. I failed to do so this time around, but hey, a little more explanation to go around and whatnot. So, Red Mountain's essentially a volcano. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Yeah, there's fire everywhere, fire enemies, fire traps, skulls breathing fire. This whole thing is with fire and... And of course, Eggman's been a little busy here. He's essentially filled this place up with badniks to give Sonic trouble, and oh, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Oh, I thought I clearly hit those ladders, but it turns out I didn't. Ugh, stupid. As I was saying, Eggman must have been pretty busy filling Angel Island with badniks because, well, Knuckles would not have allowed that, especially after the events of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Now, you could think that when the egg carrier showed up and Eggman shattered the Master Emerald to free Chaos, he probably left some badniks behind as an insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? He could also, while Knuckles is out and about searching for pieces of the Master Emerald, be planting some badniks here and there. A little bit of insurance in case there are any problems with his plant. I mean, the good doctor is prepared for such contingencies and whatnot. Who knows? Or he could be dropping at badniks as he is getting away on the egg carrier as we speak. Because, well, again, he wants to slow Sonic down. He wants to get away. He wants to succeed in his plan to destroy Station Square to build his precious city. Watch out for the hammer. That was close. Crap. Missed the one-up. Don't worry, there are plenty of opportunities for the one-ups in this game. In fact, this game is generous in one-ups. It's like they know that you can screw up at certain points in the game because levels do get a bit harder as we go on through the game. And the game wants to give you a fair chance to beat it because, well, it's generous. It is the first 3D Sonic game, and people may not exactly be used to the 3D controls, so, Anyway, here we are in the second part of Red Mountain. More lava-filled, more fiery place, and more rap music. It's like, okay. Now, here's the thing. The layout of Angel Island seems to be shifting, because if we recall last time we were on Angel Island in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, there is this whole shrine dedicated to the Master Emerald underground. And here, the Master Emerald is essentially on its own little smaller island. And, okay, that's all fine and dandy, but when did Knuckles have the time to move it? No, scratch that. Scratch it. I take it back. It's implied that it's always been on this little shrine, and never on that shrine that it was in during Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So, of course, why am I complaining? The Sonic series has never been good on continuity. In fact, there are continuity problems in this game alone. And, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So, what is this place, really? Is this some kind of prison, really? Or something? Because look at this right here. Look at these things. These are prisoners. I'm assuming they're wearing typical prison garb. You know, the black and white stripes and whatnot. But if you look closely at their models, it's Dreamcast level. I mean, seriously, they're just. If you look closely, they're just hollowed out strings. They're like ghosts or whatnot. Did Knuckles put them in there? Is this Eggman's doing? What's going on? Don't worry, we're almost done. We are almost out of this place. Ow. Thank God I had a shield. And there's the hammers and... are these more traps to protect the Master Emerald? What? I should not be questioning these things anymore. We're done with this level.
Yes.
Yay. Oh. And I can still hear the hammers banging on the ground. Just, they're too loud. They're just too loud.
Yeah, not bad.
Alright. Here comes another cutscene, so, yay.
Roger.
While I do like the music in this game, sometimes it can drown out the dialogue as you have just heard. But would you really want to hear the dialogue? I mean, whatever. Anyway, here we are in Sky Chase Act 2. More of the same. You shoot down planes, shoot down Eggman's defenses, and whatnot. The only minor differences include there are more planes, some of them are a bit bigger, and that there are mines now underneath the egg carrier. So when did Eggman have time to deploy it? In fact, how come it's suddenly all dark? Transition, fail. Now the thing about this whole Sky Chase, in fact, this applies to both. You can get 2 emblems per Sky Chase act, but the thing is, you can get one just by completing it the first time, and you can get the second one by essentially getting a certain amount of points. Oh yeah, here's another thing that's different about this Sky Chase, as you are about to witness.
So far, so good.
Hope you know what you're doing.
You bet. Watch this. Transforming now.
Whoa!
Let's do it.
So Tails changed his biplane into an X-Wing. Big deal. It's supposed to make it more aerodynamic, but seriously, it's more of the same thing. I don't see a difference except in shape. And Tails, if you really want to impress me, at least when you transform, you give the tornado more firepower. I mean, it's more of the same thing, more guns, more missiles. Nothing's changed, really. And this is supposed to be powered by a Chaos Emerald. Yes. There is a Chaos Emerald in their possession as we speak, so, see, it's hard to tell the difference between this one and the previous Sky Chase, really. I mean, it's fun shooting things every now and then, causing mayhem and destruction, but at least when you get a more powerful plane, get more powerful weapons. That's all I'm saying. And that noise the Tornado 2 makes when in X-Wing mode makes me want to sing, "Here's George Jetson." I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. And the super laser, Eggman's egg carrier super laser, easy. Just keep shooting, shooting, shooting. Spam the gun, avoid the blasts, and just like that, it'll be defeated. It's like, ugh. Really, Eggman? You know, some shields would help with the egg carrier. Some, I don't know, fancy shields. Anyway, we're done. We've beaten the egg carrier, and now we are about to land. And the landing is hilarious. You just watch. Just watch.
Alrighty, we're in.
We gotta land on the egg carrier.
Whoops. I forgot something.
What's that?
There's no landing gear in this mode.
What? Wow! This thing is really huge!
No time to gawk now. We need to find Amy.
You're right, my friend. So here we go!
You know, Tails, if you switched back to biplane mode, you could have landed the tornado safely, but, whatever.
Don't get too many ideas, you fools!
You haven't seen the power this vessel really has! Get a load of this!
Oh, wow! It's changed shape! Did you see that?
Darn! This makes it harder for us to get to the bridge.
I hate it when he doesn't listen.
I bet you weren't expecting this. The only way you can get to me is through the sky deck. Find out if you can figure this one out.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll show you. Bring it on. This must be the way to the sky deck.
No, it leads to Eggman's jacuzzi. Of course it leads to the sky deck. Sonic, you give this look to Tails saying, "Thank you, Captain Obvious," after the egg carrier changed shape, and now you do it as well? Talk about hypocritical. Although, I would not be surprised if Eggman did have a jacuzzi on the egg carrier. I mean, I could imagine him just chilling out in this jacuzzi, sipping on a nice old iced tea, you know, watching some footage of mayhem and destruction, or watching some plans of his future city or whatnot. So so yeah, here we are, Sky Deck. This can be a difficult level if you don't know what you're doing, and to tell you the truth, I have died here a few times myself. I'm man enough to admit it. I'm not that perfect, I'm not that great, but hey. And this is another one of these levels that have multiple pathways, and to get on these multiple pathways, you can homing attack the enemies or go a certain way. And it's pretty interesting when you think about it. But again, this game is pretty much handing you free lives in the event that you fall to your death numerous times. Well, the thing is, though, the capsules do not respawn after you come back to life, so that's, I mean, it's a nice trade-off. It's a fair trade-off when you think about it. So Eggman is so desperate to kill Sonic that all of these turrets are essentially gunning at him and destroying parts of the ship. Oh, Eggman, Sonic obsessed. He wants to kill Sonic, and he doesn't care who stands in his way. Although I thought the egg carrier was Eggman's great masterpiece. He's destroying it to get rid of Sonic. It's like, you know, it's kind of like you get a brand new toy, your greatest toy ever, but you want to destroy it. You want to get rid of it in order to get this one pest out of the house once and for all, or whatnot. It's like, ugh. I hate to bring up this comparison, like, say Sonic is a cockroach. Well, he essentially is a cockroach to Dr. Eggman, and in order to destroy him, you take your most prized possession, like a, let's say a 3DS. It's the only thing you have available, and you smash it to bits. And you're essentially ruining your 3DS in order to kill the cockroach. That's what the analogy is right here. Eggman is destroying his prized ship in order to kill Sonic. As we just saw here, somehow destroying this giant turret brings us to this other area. Now, I'd heed Takal's advice here to hold on to these things when the wind gets strong here, because as you're going to see here in a moment, when I get hit by enemies and the strong winds are abound, I go off into oblivion, and I don't like it one bit. Yeah. See, there I go. Bye. Now, of course, you can either go left or right. I decided to go right both times, and I was a little bit nervous here because, well, I didn't have any rings, and I got turrets and things shooting at me. Wow. Talk about overkill, Eggman, but sometimes overkill is the best kill. And as we get up to this ladder right here, this whole section of the egg carrier will just go bye-bye. And, yeah, there it goes. Yeah, you're busting up your favorite toy, huh? Now this section right here, I hate because, well, pieces of this airfield are going bye-bye. And if you're not quick, you can go along with it, like right here, for example. There I go. Oh, and thankfully, though, when you get inside the actual airship portion of the this part, you don't really fall to your death. You're just trapped in there until an airship appears and you can get out. But thankfully, it revealed the sections where the egg carrier is falling to pieces. So, And why is the egg carrier falling to pieces? Well, for one, Eggman shooting a whole bunch of turrets at Sonic, and in the process, his ship is being torn to pieces. I mean, seriously. If we destroy this big turret, it will lead us to the next area and will cause massive damage. Come on, turn around so I can shoot you. There we go. Alright. And like I was saying, pieces of the egg carrier are falling apart. I'm guessing it's because, well, Tails took out Eggman's super weapon laser back at Sky Chase, and I'm assuming it caused massive damage. And while Eggman did manage to transform it into its next shape, it's not entirely stable, and well, when things are not stable, things tend to fall apart. You know, this section right here, I hate. I mean, the gravity around here can get really screwed up, especially when we get closer and closer. And I know there's a way you can basically screw an entire section to get to the area where you need to be, you know, the area with the capsule. But I failed to make it. So I just went ahead and went the long way so I can show you how screwed up this gravity is. Now here's another thing of why the gravity is all screwed up here. At the same time that Sonic and Tails are here, Knuckles is also in this very area, and there is a switch in this section of Sky Deck, excuse me, that controls the gravity. It controls how the altitude is altered. And that's probably part of the reason why the egg carrier loses altitude later on. But Knuckles is not entirely to blame. I mean, there are other factors. Again, Tails shooting the egg carrier's super weapon could be a factor. The fact that Amy Rose is in hot shelter at the moment, mucking things about, trying to escape Zero. Big is also in hot shelter, trying to fish out Froggy and flooding certain areas in order to get Froggy. So, yeah, there's a lot of factors that can contribute to the egg carrier's eventual crash. Also, the fact that they're in dark, cloudy areas with high winds, it's also a part of it, so... Alright, don't worry, we are almost at the end. It's almost over. Now, this button can be a little tedious, but if you just spin dash, you can trigger the switch, and just like that, we're done. I said we're done. Hit the capsule. There we go. It's over. We've made it through Skydeck, and we're one step closer to saving Amy. So, yeah. So we'll go save Amy, and, well, see the end of the egg carrier in part 5.